Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tired. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The warrior line, soul tribe. Assembly's live, it's friendly vibes. Your soul medicine will give you life. You're a warrior, let's get this right. Warrior line, soul tribe. Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Warrior Line channel on YouTube. Appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. Trying to build on my subscriber. On my way to 100 subscribers. Building slowly, but building. I ain't worried about being fast, but I'm just worried about being a community of Soul Tribe Assembly, where we assemble here and just talk about the real, talk about what's going on. It's been a while since I've been on. Not going on with Easter, resurrection, and then things going on. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you can like and subscribe to the channel. Got a very important topic I want to talk about today. A topic that we always deal with, and how subtle it is, and what people don't even know about it. I want to talk about agency, and I want to talk about how people don't understand what white supremacy is when you say the word white supremacy. Many people think it's just against white people, but that's not what white supremacy is. White supremacy now is more subtle than ever before, because when you see it in the open, when you see the Klan or something like that, anybody can see what that is, but people can't see what it is subtly, and they frame these things as they always want excuses for it, and most people don't even recognize what it is. And I'm gonna use two examples of what it is, and how subtle it can be, and how easy people want it to be excused. We're so indoctrinated, brainwashed, hoodwinked, led astray when it comes to white supremacy. Number one thing about white supremacy, when you say white supremacy, when I say white supremacy, when people in the know say white supremacy, you're not talking about just white people. There are black white supremacists, brown white supremacists, other colors of white supremacy, in this thing we call race, which is a fiction anyway, which created white supremacy, the fiction of race. White supremacy means that people believe that white people are the superior group, particularly in this country, and actually around the world, but particularly here, I'm gonna stay at home, particularly here, that white people in these race fiction categorizes that they created, which was race, are the superior group. And everybody else, brown, black, are underneath the superior group. So therefore, they have a privilege of being in the top of this privileged group. And it's subtle ways is always an excuse. I want to use two situations to make my point. With Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of the United States, in this situation with Saquon Barkley the other day in the White House, when the Philadelphia Eagles, the past Super Bowl champions, went to visit, and the star quarterback, Jale didn't go. Why do black people always have to explain their agency when it comes to dealing with a white person involved, particularly in this situation, a president of the United States, and being respectful? Michelle Obama decided not to go to the inauguration of this president that was elected. I don't like using his name. He was elected, our president of the United States, and he is the president of the United States. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. She decided not to go. Her husband decided to go. I didn't agree with him going. I don't care what his position was. You can't sit up here and call a man a threat to democracy, in my opinion, and then just sit in there and cheer him because you were a former president. I don't care. Then take back your words. Because why would you condone a threat to democracy? Because sitting there is condoning if you have no official reason to be there. He had no official reason to be there. Biden and Harris had an official reason to be there because they were getting relieved of their duties. That's a difference with a distinction. You wasn't getting relieved of your duties. You had been relieved years ago. Your wife, his wife, Michelle Obama, decided not to go. And now she had to come out, and people want her to explain why she didn't go. She don't owe you anything. She has agency not to go. This is a man who disrespected her and her husband, who built his political career disrespecting her husband, calling him a non-citizen, demanding his birth certificate, creating birtherism, calling her all kind of names. She decided not to go, and that's her decision. And then y'all demanded an explanation from her, and nobody has demanded an explanation from him on why he didn't go to the last transition when Biden beat him for the presidency. What was the demand on him? So if there's no explanation from him, why do we got to get an explanation? She don't owe you anything. I mean, she didn't interview. I wish you'd have never said anything. I didn't go because I didn't want to go. And don't talk to me about no respect to this person who has no respect until he's in the office. Then it needs to be respected. Then it needs to be honored. Then it needs to be revealed. Then it needs to be, no, Michelle Obama don't owe nobody. She don't know anybody, any type of explanation for nothing for a decision. She's a grown woman. If her husband want to go, I believe her husband should have been with her and not gone. But again, that was his decision. And I vehemently agree with it. There's no way I would be anywhere near that man. And particularly you're going to use the word respect. The notion that people use respect in relation to this man, it just blows my mind. When the world seen what he did on January 6th, when the world seen that he went at the transition, and you're going to use the word respect, and miss me with respect to the office. Miss me with respect to the office. Because I've always looked at office funny ever since I learned that slaveholders have been in office. So miss me revering slaveholders have been in that office. So miss me about the respect of the office. The office, to me, determines by who sits in it, not the office itself. Because we've had terrible characters have sat in that office. So miss me about the respect of the office. Who sits in the office. And she decided she wasn't going to go and sit in the audience with him. He's going to be back in an office. No explanation needed. The Saquon Barkley situation the other day, where the Philadelphia Eagles go and visit the White House. Jalen Hurts stood on business and decided not to go. And I get right now, they want to ask, they demand him, he don't owe you no answer. Jalen, please don't answer no questions. Please say what Madam Vice President said in her interview. Next question. When they asked, Jalen, you don't owe them no answer. You decide not to go. I wish you would use even schedule conflicts. You don't know. He don't know anybody any answer. Nobody demanded anything from this person in office. Nobody demanded anything for he's done. Nobody has demanded anything about him still saying the election was stolen. Nobody's demanding anything about him. What he says about women. What he said about disabled people. What he said about black people. What he said about all the kind of people. Nobody's demanding anything from him. So Jalen Hurts, please, I appreciate what you did. You made your decision. You don't owe anybody any explanation. No explanation needed. You don't want to go, that's your choice. AJ Brown, you don't want to go, that's your choice. Don't make these white people, because they don't care about respect until it comes to a black person. White people in this country, the superior group, can be as disrespectful as they want to be. And it's always black people that's got to be humble, that's got to turn the other cheek, that's got to bow down, that's got to explain themselves, they got to go through all these gyrations about the decisions they make. If somebody don't want to be in his presence, they have a right not to be in his presence, and they don't owe anybody any explanation about not being in his presence. That's their choice. That's their decisions. That's their agency. But it's always black people No matter what the position they hold, whether you're a first lady or a superstar NFL player, Super Bowl MVP, you always got to answer why you don't want to show this man any deference or respect, because there is no respect when it comes to him. He is the antithesis of respect. He is the very opposite of respect. Respect only counts for him is when he's in the position, but he and the people around him can be disrespectful as they want to be, and nobody's ever held them accountable. So I thank you, Fred Lake, for your courage for not showing up to that travesty, that coronation. I thank you, Jalen Hurts, for standing up and not going to that. This man has done all kind of things. Right about this, just the other day talking about you want to bring Columbus Day back. Want to wipe out history, want to put up Confederate soldiers statues back up, want to rename bases back to Confederate names, people who enslaved black people. So I'm supposed to go there and clap? No. No explanation needed. None. You don't have to explain why you don't want to be around these people. I don't care what office he holds. Mr. Barkley, your comment was nauseating, sir. Because what you said, I've heard from white people my whole life. If you want to go, go. If you want to hang around them, hang around. Again, that's your choice. That's your agency. But when you came out and posted you golf with Obama, that's the classic I got a black friend trope that I've heard white people say for all my life. I got a lot of black friends. See, that tell me you got some insecurity in what you're doing. You're a grown man. You can golf whatever you want to golf with. Why you trying to explain and justify it? But it's funny. It's no photo op with Obama. Cause we know he's on only your history talking about because he's on the other black president. He's the only black president we ever had. Where's your photo op with him? But look at this. Why you gotta explain it? You don't need to. Grown man, you make multi-man, you grown man, you don't explain anything. Why you gotta explain, why you gotta put that out there? The only thing white supremacy does, it destroys everything it touches. That's all it does. But again, when you said that just really, you expose your own self. I have a black friend. This is what I mean to my original point that I'll close with. White supremacy is not about your color skin. It's a mindset. It's an indoctrination. White supremacy is systemic. Black people are white supremacists. Hispanic people or brown people are white supremacists. Because it is indoctrinated in every aspect of our lives. In our homes, in our schools, in our churches, in corporate America, in teaching, in the military. No matter what aspect of life, white supremacy is embedded systemically in the country, in our minds. And so because you was getting backlash, your explanation was I have a black friend. White supremacy is a hell of a drug. But Madam First Lady, Jalen, Jalen Hurts. No explanation needed.
Warrior line, soul tribe, assemblies live. So come subscribe, your soul's in trial, or simply tied. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The warrior line, soul tribe, assemblies live. It's friendly vibes. Your soul medicine will give you life. You're a warrior, let's get this right. Warrior line, soul tribe, assemblies live. So come subscribe.